So, you are 18 and you're now an adult. Congratulations! Can you tell that I'm being sarcastic? So, welcome back to my channel, which is all about mental health awareness and wellness. I want us to talk about something that is very, very, very key: adulting. What is adulting? Why are we talking about adulting, and why do we keep saying adulting is hard? The reason that I want to do this is because I feel like I was lied to. I was not told the truth about adulting. We were so quick to become adults, and now that we are here, it sucks. It sucks and it is hard. And I just wanted to let someone who doesn't know, to let them know what they are coming up against, because and at least when you're aware of what to expect, then it doesn't hit you as hard as it does for me. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the fact that you have to pay bills. Hmm? Just remember how you were when you were young, when you were a child. All you will do is wake up, have breakfast. First of all, you had a warm bed, a hot shower or hot water. Then you had a nice breakfast. You had the clothes, go to school, play, learn, whatever. Come back home, dinner is ready. Then you go back to bed. Now that you're an adult, where does that come from? Because you have to be the one to buy the food, you have to be the one to buy the clothes, you have to pay rent. You are solely responsible for that. The other thing is about career. Of course, when we were young, we all wanted to be a doctor when we grow up, an engineer or whatever. But look at you now. Where are you now? Life happens, and maybe you get out of course, maybe your grades are low, maybe you're just not smart enough for that, and maybe you are cut out to do something different. So just be prepared about that. The other thing that I want to note is how one can be miserable at their jobs. Just because you see people posting on Instagram in their nice offices, them going out in their fancy jobs, does not necessarily mean that they love their jobs. People hate their jobs. People are miserable, but they just got to do it just because they have bills to pay. The other thing is now your passions. Of course, we all have different passions. You remember when you were younger what you loved to do. I loved to draw, but I don't know the last time that I drew. Most of the time you find that your passions actually die out because you realize that they will not take you that far, and also because you have no time for them. So you end up dropping them to focus on your work, your family, and you don't have enough time to do all of that. The other thing that I want us to talk about is relationships. No one wonders. I remember when I was young, fresh out of school, now I wanted to experiment with love. I had not been in love before. I would see girls cry the whole day because of a boy. Me, Maryanne, cry. I did not want that. I got into dating after high school, and of course there's that nice lovey-dovey feeling where you feel like your first love is going to be your only love, and you're going to live happily ever after. See, that's not the case. No one prepares you for the heartbreaks, for the conflicts, For the bad times, we all think it's just a bed of roses, but just remember roses have thorns as well. And for them to become full-blown roses, there is a process. So you have to prepare for all of that. Relationships are not easy, they are not always fun, they are work. Yes, they work, but you have to put in the work for them to be able to work. And down the line, you will find yourself having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 10, 20 girlfriends just because it's simply not working out. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is our parents. Of course, during our adulthood, you get to learn that actually your mama knows best. Of course, when you're a teenager, you hate your mom, you feel like yeye ni mtiaji, she doesn't want the best for you, or she's outdated. But when you're an adult, you get to appreciate that parent. You get to appreciate that mom, that dad, just because at least they have been through what you've been through and they can relate, and you can always get some guidance from them. The other thing that I wish I knew about was friendships. My friend, let me tell you, getting friendships as an adult is freaking hard. It's freaking hard because where do you get them? Unless you are at work, and of course most work friendships do not work. You're just friends because you work together. It's not like you have common interests or you like each other so much. It's just that you have to be in the same environment and you have to be cordial. Let me tell you, once you leave that place, you will not hear from them. I remember when I was working somewhere, when I left, people were like, oh, please don't block us. When we call you, please don't refuse to pick our phones. But 9 months down the line, I don't know what they're up to. No one cares to know what I am up to. So that is friendships for you. Also, another thing to note is that most of the time you outgrow friendships. You might like each other for something that you had in common at one point, but then your paths just go apart, and maybe you have different dreams, you have different goals and ambitions, and you just can't be friends anymore, and it's okay. The other thing is about being in touch with your friends. I don't know if it's just me, but adulting is hard. When it comes to friendship, sometimes I could say that I want to call a friend, I've missed them or we've been out of touch for some time, and I will forget. I will forget. And you find that it's been a month and you didn't call them. And there's also that other meme that says, and that is actually what friendships in adulthood are all about. The last thing is about freedom. Of course, we are like, I remember when I was in high school, I was in a day school, so school used to end at 5:30. So my mom gave me 30 minutes to get home, because obviously it was around 15 minutes to walk to school, but she gave me 30. She told me by 6 I needed to be home. And of course, during that time, you're like, why are you doing this? I can't wait to get to my place so that I can have freedom to do what I want. Why? You're lying to yourself. Once you get to adult, you have so much things to do that you don't even have that freedom to do what you want. So that is it about adulting. So please, for the adults, please let us know about your thoughts on this, and for the young ones, what are your expectations? So remember that this is not a therapy session. If you are going through hardships doing this thing called adulting, please always seek a professional, and remember, mental health is for everyone. Until next time, bye bye.